Alright, video chapter reflection 4. In this video, it's going to be chapter 6, prosecutors. Alright, so it's learn objectives to discuss two major characteristics of prosecutors, the United States, describe the three most important entities in federal prosecution, identify the three somewhat overlapping agencies involved in prosecution in state courts, the work life of the assistant district attorneys, factors affecting prosecutorial ethics, and two major examples of the expanding domain. Alright, so the broad discretion is basically the executive branch of the government. It's immune from civil lawsuits from acting and courtroom advocates. And when you're charging decisions, it's having total discretion. Alright, so one of the cases is the Conwick versus Thompson. So it's 14 years on death row. Yeah, we talked a lot about this case during class. We talked about just being on death row, like how many actually people go through with it, and if it's actually like considered like is it like legit, like as in like is it a is it a crime that we should do? Like, is it like an eye for an eye? You kill somebody, you get death penalty, or is it where killing somebody is not right, no matter what kind of act they do? If they kill somebody, is it right to kill them? Is it okay? Is it is it eye for an eye, or is it just they don't deserve? No one deserves to die. So like, is it? It's kind of like explain, is death is death ever a punishment? Like, death is it's life. Like just to be alive is amazing, and I understand people kill with other people, but taking someone's life away, I don't know. I mean, that's like it's they took someone's life away. I mean, there has to be reasons. That's my scenario on it. Like you don't kill somebody unless you have really good reasons, or you're even though like even if you have good reasons, you're still messed up in the head. Like you don't kill people just to kill people like that. Like who does that? But like if somebody kills somebody, it obviously means they have a lot of mental, and health issues. And I don't think people like that should be killed. I don't know. I mean, it's a hard topic. I mean, so I'm going to go more with the case. Supreme Court overturned the jury's decision, arguing that one cannot sue the civil rights violations under Section 1983 for failure to train prosecutors based on a single Brady violation. I think we discussed this before. We learned, just I guess another overview of the prosecutors in the dual court system, as in there's federal and there's federal side and the state side. We also talked about reminds me of when is can you be charged twice for the same crime as in like federally and through state? And I think most people said yes. I think at first I said no, but I disagree with I looked at other people's opinion, and I was like I could see how you can be charged federally and through the federal and through the state, depending on the kind of the type of crime you do. But for federal, there's Solicitor General, there's Criminal Division, there's U.S. Attorneys and their assistants. For the state, there's Attorney Generals, there's Chief Prosecutors and the assistants, and there's also local prosecutors. And then there's prosecutorial immunity. So there's absolute immunity, which is within the realm of the prosecutorial functions. There's also qualified immunity, which is when not acting on advocate for the government. And then there's ethical issues when facing prosecutors. So, disclosure of evidence, conflict of interest, discretion, how much information to release to the public. So there's, a bunch of, things with prosecutors, as it says, you can't have, you can't know somebody, that kind of, like you're not going to prosecute them if you know them. So you can't have any relationship with the person you're prosecuting. So, I mean, it makes perfect sense. Also, you can't disclose, the evidence that you have. And there's some cases for prosecutors like the Berger versus United States, Imbler versus Patchman, Morrison versus Olson, which we learned about some of these cases in our class we talked about. And, yeah, so prosecutors in courtroom work groups. So one of the questions also in the discussion, we have to answer this question too. Should prosecutors be immune from civil lawsuits? So that's a hard one. So like if you're a prosecutor, I mean I can go both ways on this question. I mean I think you're responsible for your own actions, but at the same time like if you do stuff on purpose, like if you have misdemeanors, misconducts, and you disclose evidence, or you tamper with evidence, or let's just say like you bluff, or just whatever you're doing. If you're doing like if you're not doing your job right, I think that definitely I think you should be, as a prosecutor, you should be held responsible for your actions, especially if the person you're trying to prosecute they're innocent and you're trying to prosecute them and get them guilty when they're not doing anything wrong. I mean that's your job. But you gotta do it the right way, or you get fired and get in trouble for this job. I mean, it's a serious job. But just lastly, I got 5 minutes, almost done. But with just death penalty, I mean, you can look at it each way. I don't think someone should be killed, for killing somebody. I think there's reasons for that reason, to kill somebody.